It's 3 o'clock. Good afternoon. The 2019 General Elections Women Aspirant Summit themed Working Together for 2019 is presently live in Abuja. MD Women Radio, WFM 91.7, Ton Okiwale Shonaya, gave the opening speech by charging women to get involved in politics by signing up for a deliberate woman agenda, as there are only few women represented in governance. Okiwale Shonaya said women should work towards winning the 2019 general elections. She speaks further.
Elective governance. And I believe that's why we're gathered here today. The only way to have more women participate in elective positions is to sign up to a deliberate woman agenda, is to sign up to ensure that a woman is elected. We must pull our population together to win elective positions through a deliberate woman agenda. Today, I hope we can sign up to a 4-point agenda that I'm always talking about to ensure that women are in elected positions. We have more women in elected positions.
Mrs. Stella Okabuzo, Assistant Director, Federal Inland Revenue Service, in an interview session on Women Radio 91.7 on Let's Talk About Tax, explained what company income tax is and companies qualified to pay such tax. Okabuzo further stated qualified companies are saddled with the responsibility to pay tax on profit derived. She speaks further.
Company income tax is a tax charged by government on the profits of companies registered in Nigeria, as well as on the profits of non-resident companies carrying on business or trade in Nigeria. Just like I said, company registered residents in Nigeria are liable to company income tax on their worldwide income, while the non-resident companies are liable to company income tax only to the extent of the profits derived in Nigeria. The principal law for this company income tax, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is the Company Income Tax Act, which imposes company income tax on the profits accruing in, derived from, brought into, or received in Nigeria. It is payable by companies that are registered in Nigeria and non-resident entities carrying on business in Nigeria.
Women form the majority of the Nigerian population and vote, but are sparsely represented in politics. The national gender policy requires a minimum of 35% female representation in government. Presently, only 7 out of the 109 Senate seats and 14 out of the 360 House of Representatives seats are occupied by women, and as such, women need to practice inclusive governance for greater representation. On the foreign scene, Bill Gates' company is looking to speed funding for women-led startups through its venture fund. Studies have shown that investing in companies founded by women usually delivers high returns, but women receive a disproportionately small amount of venture funding, with only about 2.2% of them receiving funding in 2017. The company has decided to give out $4 million venture funding prize to 2 winners. And finally, in sports, Electronic Arts Sports include the ability to create female characters in the National Basketball Association NBA Live 19. This is the first basketball game that has incorporated female players with inclusion of the entire Women National Basketball Association roster in the video game. It's 1,568 days since Archibald girls have been gone, and 162 days since the abduction of Leah Sharibu, the Bapchi girl. Women Radio, WFM 91.7, calls for the safe release of all our girls still in captivity. And in 17 days, registration for permanent voter cards, PVCs, will end. WFM 91.7 encourages women to register and to get their PVCs to vote during the 2019 elections. Good afternoon.
WFM 91.7